Respect. Let's show them who we are today, okay?
This ain't just another game. This is to put us up, baby. This is for legitimacy.
Recognition and relevancy has always been the rallying cry of the Seattle Seahawks.
We're the Seahawks. We came up with the win, and that's how we do things.
Shut up.
Tucked away in the Pacific Northwest, no NFL franchise has been so overlooked, so ignored, and so utterly invisible. One thing Seattle can't blame is the SI jinx. When Shaun Alexander was featured in Sports Illustrated in December of 2005, it was the first time a Seahawk made the cover, unless you count linebacker Keith Butler being run over by Marcus Allen. The Seahawks have rarely turned heads.
You need a cup of coffee or something to kind of perk you up?
Usually not good enough to be a serious contender, or bad enough to earn a high pick in the draft, 2005 marks the first season they've won more than 12 games. Entering the 2005 season, Seattle's last postseason victory was in 1984, leaving a city famed for rain with the NFL's longest playoff drought. To be fair, the Seahawks have made some history in the postseason. In 1988, against the Bengals, nose tackle Joe Nash set an unofficial record for fake injuries trying to slow down Cincinnati's no-huddle attack.
Oh, there's an injury again to the Seattle player.
Sure, it's a nose tackle.
It's Joe Nash again.
Big Joe.
Fourth time this afternoon, Joe has been hurt.
He's got a chronic ankle injury there of some sort, I guess. Crops up every third down.
While Nash didn't win any Oscars, the Seahawks have rolled out the red carpet for plenty of coaches with award-winning resumes. Tom Flores won 2 Super Bowls with the Raiders. In Seattle, he won just 14 games. Dennis Erickson won 2 national championships at Miami, but hit Seattle like a hurricane, never breaking 500.
Awful, just awful.
Even the Seahawks' most successful coach, Chuck Knox, made winning boring. Using a dull, run-oriented attack dubbed Ground Chuck, he led Seattle to the AFC Championship game in 1983.
Seahawks are going to play in the AFC Championship game. Hard to believe. Did you ever think you'd hear yourself say that?
But fittingly, when Knox landed a national television commercial, it was for something he lost.
These NFL coaches lost 249 pounds.
I'm down 38 pounds. I lost the most, and I feel great.
Seattle has always been starved for star players. Sure, NFL legends have worn a Seahawk uniform. Carl Eller and Franco Harris played their last games as a Seahawk. But Steve Largent is the only Hall of Famer the team can call its own.
Now lobs one deep for Largent. He's wide open. He makes the grab. Touchdown Seahawks!
After retiring as the NFL's all-time leading receiver, his number 80 was retired. 15 years later, after breaking all of Largent's receiving records in San Francisco, Jerry Rice finished his career in Seattle, and Largent's number 80 was unceremoniously unretired. The winningest quarterback in Seahawk history is David Craig. He retired as the NFL's all-time leading fumbler.
Craig fumbles the snap, gets it back at the 20, throws it in the end zone, touchdown Seahawks!
The team's greatest runner, Kurt Warner with a C, has been completely forgotten ever since Kurt Warner with a K led the Rams to a world championship. Only one Seahawk was consistently able to get his name in lights.
Hey, how can Bosworth play with his jersey like that? Hey, how can Bosworth play with his jersey cut off like that?
Brian Bosworth put the Seahawks in the national spotlight, but his career proved to be a box office bust.
Jackson took on Bosworth and just blasted and dragged him into the end zone.
While Bo brought the Boz down to earth, the sky kept falling on the Seahawks. Falling tiles forced the relocation of 5 home games in 1994. The Kingdome was eventually blown up, and when the dust settled, another coach with a Super Bowl ring set out to take Seattle to the promised land.
And now it's my job to get the Seahawks to the Super Bowl.
At first, Mike Holmgren's reign was defined by bad uniforms.
New unis, man.
Yeah, you know, they don't...
Like the arena.
Yeah, they didn't, you know...
Bad hands.
Oh, my.
And bad finishes.
Come on, win this thing.
We want the ball, we're going to score.
In 2003, their season ended with an overtime playoff loss in Green Bay.
He throws the left side, it's intercepted. Touchdown, Packers. The Seahawks season is over.
2004, it was a dropped pass in a wild card game.
He throws, touchdown! Yeah! No! Incomplete.
But in 2005, the sun finally shined on Seattle.
It's just a perfect throw by Matt Hasselbeck.
The people that have criticized Sean Alexander for not running hard, he hit that hole like a freight train.
A year ago, this team doesn't win those games.
Finally got that monkey off our back.
You are a resilient bunch. You will fight and you will battle to the last ounce of strength you have. I think it tells a lot about who we are.
What the Seahawks became was the NFC's Super Bowl favorite.
The Seahawks win the NFC West. The best record in the history of the franchise.
But this team's greatest victory is just being noticed. Unlike Bigfoot, the Seahawks have proven they really do exist.